Hey there all you Rainbow Cloud believers. So my sister is behind the camera right now mainly because she just wanted to watch me while I was recording.
Okay.
And I told her she has to be quiet. So the hiatus after Injustice is over. And so this episode was called Satisfaction. I took notes throughout the entire episode. I've got 3 full pages of notes. Just gonna use them to help me explain what happened throughout the episode. My sister's clapping for me, being like, good job. I'm gonna just get started. So the episode starts in Star City. And Real Roy woke up, and I'm just like, I had so many feels in that moment because I felt so bad for Ollie and for Roy and for Clone Roy. I just felt bad for all 3 of them. So Real Roy, he looks younger than Clone Roy, and for now I'm going to say Arsenal and Red Arrow, since at the end of the episode he changed his name to Arsenal, and I was kind of hoping for this, but the way it happened, I kind of don't like it. I'm like, what? Anyway, so I found it funny that Real Roy is like, and I really don't like your goatee. I was laughing a little bit at that. So Arsenal is really kind of overreacting to this, in my opinion. He's like really yelling a lot. So I can see where Clone Roy got his attitude from. And then when Roy learns the truth, he feels sorry for Clone Roy because he didn't ask to be created, of course. And then he starts yelling at Ollie because Ollie didn't know that it was really him. Then Ollie's like, it's a curse to have me as a mentor, isn't it? Because Artemis died and Real Roy got cloned. But then Clone Roy gives him a pep talk, and it's just so sweet. And Kim, no playing with my sword. Give me my sword.
Why did I just do that?
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down on the ground then. Okay, fine. Come sit here. And move over it. Come on. Come this way. Let them see you. So this is my sister.
Hello, internet.
Okay, so this is what she looks like. She looks nothing like me,
I'm
right?
scared.
It's okay.
Don't stop me.
Clone Roy gives Ollie a pep talk, and he's like, you were a good mentor and all that, and I was like, that is so sweet. It's kind of like a father-son moment, even though technically they aren't related, but in the comics, Ollie adopted Roy into his family, so. And then Real Roy is not there when they go back, and then they're in Mount Justice, and Mal Duncan and Superboy and Nightwing, they're discussing trying to go find Lagan and Aqualad because they want to get revenge on Aqualad for killing Artemis. And so Nightwing disappears, and then they're in this one room, and it had Jason, Artemis, Tula, and the original Blue Beetle. And it just brought back, so it gave me so many feels, because they had Jason Todd, and they finally had mention of Jason Todd, because they didn't in the beginning. So I'm happy they brought Jason Todd into the story. And what are you doing?
I don't know.
Go sit in the chair. You're not allowed in the video anymore. Anyway, so I just felt like it was a good thing that they brought Jason Todd to this, because they hadn't mentioned him until that time. So I'm really happy about that. So Bart was, what are you doing?
I'm zooming in.
So Bart stole some of Blue Beetle's food. So Blue's like, isn't that my food? And Bart's like, well, from my era, that's how I had to get food. And Blue is all like talking about how he's sad that he never got to meet the original Blue Beetle, who could have been his mentor. And Bart tries to make friends with Blue. And then they're in Gotham City at a cemetery, and I was crying when I was watching this, because Wally was going to Artemis's grave with her mom, and so Jaden, Sportsmaster, they visit the grave too, and Jade has Leon, and then I learned that Artemis's middle name is Leon, so Leon was named after Artemis. And then Jade is saying that she wants revenge on Aqualad, and Sportsmaster is saying that he wants revenge on Black Manta. So that means that they both want to avenge Artemis's death, and it's just so sweet, because I never thought that Sportsmaster could have a heart. I mean, seriously. He's Sportsmaster. He doesn't have feelings. And then Roy goes into this like secret place. I guess that's like their arsenal of like weapons and tools and stuff. And then Red Arrow and Ollie go to the place where they were, and it's like they knew where he was going to go, and then there's a grenade in there, and it's all that boom. So, and then Speedy, he like uses a grenade as he leaves through the Zeta Tube to go to Metropolis. And then there are sprinklers pouring down, and that's my Hawkeye. So then they go find out that he's going to Metropolis, and Speedy is going to Metropolis to kill Lex, but he doesn't get to. Ollie thinks that Lex will kill Speedy, so then they're in Metropolis and Lex is filling out some paperwork. Speedy fires a missile at Lex. Speedy's all like, I really like this modern technology. It's great for people who only have one hand, and I kind of feel sad for him at that point because, well, actually, like, I'm kind of like mad at Speedy right now. I'm like, what are you doing? Heroes don't do this. So then he fires a missile at Lex. Then we're in Ivytown and Wendy says happy birthday to Connor. She's like, so how old are you now? And he accidentally says 6. And then he's like, he's all like, I'm 22. I turned 22 at exactly 6 p.m. No one remembered his birthday that year and it was so sad. Hi again.
Hi.
No one, guess what? It's so sad. No one remembered Connor's birthday. It was so sad.
Shouldn't he have just like posted it on Facebook or something?
He's only technically 6 years old. He shouldn't be on Facebook.
There are babies on Facebook. And dribbles.
That's really stupid. So Wendy was the only one who remembered Connor's birthday, and I just felt so sad for Connor because, I don't know, I really like him in this season because he's not super boy and aggressive. He's like wisened up. I just love him to death. He's like the sweetest thing, and I just feel so sad for him because no one remembered his birthday except for Wendy. Then they're in Dakota City, which is where Raquel or Rocket does her heroing biz with Icon. Megan and Zatanna, they're like walking along and they're talking. I don't remember what they said though. And then Megan, Zatanna, Wonder Girl, Rocket, Black Canary, and Babs are at Rocket's bridal shower, and I'm like, who is Rocket getting married to? Because in the season finale of season 1, she was like flirting with Aqualad. So then I see Captain Cold and I'm like thinking, is Captain Cold going to be a big part of this season? Because he has been a pretty big part in some of the fan fictions I've been reading lately, and they've been really funny. Anyway, so Lex survived because of his special desk, and Lex needs to get something before he can be let out, and it's a briefcase. Lex and Mercy, they leave, and then a squad comes out to find Speedy, and then as they are leaving, a car blows up, and then Mercy attacks Speedy, and then we're back in Dakota City where Captain Cold freezes an entire block just to steal money. So Zatanna uses her magic to get themselves out of the ice. And then Zatanna uses her magic and Captain Cold's like, I'm not getting out of this, am I? And then it's like, no, you're not. And then it's like girl power. I just absolutely loved it. And Mercy and Speedy, they battle it out. And Speedy loses his crossbow. And then Speedy disappears. And Speedy gets in a car and car gets trashed and he ends up not being in it. And then there's a grenade explosion. Speedy bites off a piece of rope and he puts it around Mercy's arm, and it happens to be some sort of illegal tech that Lex is trading or something. He explodicates Mercy's arm, and Speedy then has many guns pointed at him. So Lex gives Speedy a briefcase, and he's like, which would you rather have, revenge or satisfaction? That's where the title comes from. And then Speedy comes out of smoke from the building with his briefcase, and in the briefcase is a new robot arm. And then Speedy says, I've kind of been liking the name Arsenal. So that means that Lex Luthor named Arsenal. He came up with the name of Arsenal, and I'm just like, what? What? You choose a name by Lex Luthor. So this episode brought back a bunch of feels. I was crying throughout it because I felt so sad for Artemis's mom. That will be the end of my review, so I will see you on Monday with my Rainbow Cloud rant video. So I'm going to let my sister sign out.
Bye-bye, Rainbow Cloud believers!
Don't say that was so stupid.
I know.
Okay, that's all.
Bye!